The fifth concerto I played since when I was, I think, 14 or 15 years old. And I played so many times since then. And I also played this concerto at the Hamamatsu competition in 2009 when I was 15. And luckily I could win that competition. And the final round was the concerto, and I had to play this concerto at the final stage. So for me, it's very lucky piece, and also musically, especially the second movement, is so wonderful music, and I think one of the most emotional and beautiful movement. For me, the most important thing is the score. There's a lot of things to say, and composer always write a message in the score. So you have to see the score carefully, like indication or tempo or dynamic or phrasing. So you have to get the feeling, or you have to get the right concept through the score, I think. I try to avoid listening other pianists' recording when I start to learn new piece, because I don't want to influenced by their interpretation. So for me, it's very important to not listening to the other interpretation at the beginning. So yeah, so I'm just see the score very carefully and probably read something about this piece. There are lots of material, especially like Beethoven. Czerny wrote a lot of things about Beethoven's music as well, and also there's a book about Beethoven letter. So I just read this kind of material before I start to learn. I do listen the other interpretation when I start to, how can I say, start to be able to play, like by heart. It depends on the piece, but normally it takes like 3-4 weeks. So after that, I try to listen to other pianists, and sometimes some pianists gave me a lot of inspiration. So that is also quite important process, I think. Sometimes I just try to imagine that I'm a conductor, and you know, conductor, when they study the score, they don't make the sound, but they have to know the score so well, so they have to see the score so carefully about the indication and tempo and many things. And it is very important to, as I said before, to get the feeling or concept and put a thing to put the climax. No, you have to like decide where is the climax, or where is the most special moments. I practice no more than 4 hours a day, but I don't recommend this to anybody, because some pianists have to practice like 8 hours a day. I cannot say that is too much, but for me, if I practice more than 4 hours, I start to lose my concentration, and it's becoming like a work. So I think 4 hours a day is good, yeah, for me. So, but the most important thing is not only practice the finger, to practice also you can practice with your brain, with your heart, with your ear also, not only finger. So the number of hours doesn't matter so much, I think.